like Excel, Sales On, and VUN. We connect our own model and our integration model and our Excel file to our model for creating some new reports. And now we will review the creating users, and we will create some security rules for them. For this part, I will turn to my start page, home page. In this menu, we used product integrations menu and analysis menu. In the main screen, you can see the license information from here, and you can create users from this button. Users creating users is a very easy part. To do is you will use add button, and you have to write a username. For example, I will write X user, and I will give a password like 123. There are two options here, like user and admin. For example, logo admin is a admin user, so its privilege is very big for users. And when you create a new user, you can select one of them from roles menu. I will create X user as user, and I will say save. And when I click this user, I can edit its name or password from here, and I can delete it, and I can allocate it. Allocation is very important part, because when you look at the screen, you will see the state as passive. Passive means this: when you create a user, you are not allocating a license for it, because license using is a bit different in this program Logomite Insight. When you activate your users, you cannot add the same license for another users in 7 days. You are allocating it for X users, and you are not allocate it for any other users. So the Logomite Insight license are named license, so it's not concurrent license. If you change the user state from passive to active, you are allocating license for X users, and you are not allocating it for any other users. I will allocate one of my license to X user, and I have to refresh my I have an error on my system. I will use my A user and B user for this. Creating is like that. If I change the state of my users, for example B, I have to say deallocate or something. I will try to add a new one, like Seda. User saved successfully, and I will allocate it. Now I created a new one like Seda, and I will delete the X user. There is a problem about it. I had to review this problem after the training. And if I want to edit my users, I can use this button to change the password or change the user role. Now I will use this user for authentications. Authentication is a kind of management console work. So I will go to home page, and from here I will go to management console. You can log in to this screen with logo admin user, because it's a admin user. If you log in with any other user account, you will save the passive menu in the left part. So there are lots of active menu on the left part, like apps, like content libraries, app objects. I will try to explain this menu to you. When I click the apps, I see my streams and my apps and their owner, their publishing time or migration status. So if I create a new app on my hub screen, on this screen, I will see it on the QMC screen too. For example, I will give a filter from stream. My integration folder was logo EN, and there are 7 different apps under it. If I click one of them, I can change something about it, like its owner or its custom properties, any other thing. Stream is a kind of folder actually. For example, there are 4 folders for all my integrations: logo, logo 218, logo 218 EN, logo EN. There are some folders that we create with integrations, and every stream have own app in it. So if you want to see your app, you can use this apps menu. In this menu you can import or export your apps. With that way, if you create some apps in your own system, and then if you export this app to any folder, you can use it in any customer system with importing the same app. So I will export one of my app that I create in the morning. Its name was View EN. Under the More Actions menu, I will use the Export menu. And it's a kind of QVF file. When I open it, I can rename it like training, for example. In my own system, or I can import it in any other system. I will use import button for this. I will use choose file. It must be QVF file. Sorry, I have to choose the correct folder. this is my QVF file. I give a new name as training. There is an attention here. If the name of data connection in the imported app is the same as the name of an existing data connection, data connection will not be imported. It is an important attention. You have to attempt this. I will say import. There is a problem and there is an attention here. Cannot connect to the remote server. One or more services such as the migration service or the engine service may be down or unresponsive. I will restart my Insight service to fix this. You can see your Insight service under the services. I will restart my repository service, and it will affect the engine service, printing service, proxy and scheduler service. After it, I will try to import it again. I will restart the other one. I will log in again. Now importing is successful. Sometimes you can need to restart the services. In that time you can restart Logomite Insight service and Logomite Insight repository service. The other actions are duplicating, reloading and creating new reload task. Duplicating is duplicate the app. For example, I will select the VEN and I will say duplicate, and the system create a new VEN1 app in my system. Reload now mean running the scheduling for now, and create a new reload task mean you can create a new reload task for once only trigger, or for hourly, for daily, or for weekly. For example, my VEN app has no scheduling. I will create a new one for new daily trigger, for example. When I clicked it double, I have to give a name, because if I don't change this trigger name, the OK button will be passive. I will write a name to here. You can select once, hourly, daily, weekly or monthly, and you can select the start day or start time. I will write every 1 days and starting date will be 1445. You can change it, for example, 1442. If you say apply, it will be enabled and it will work on 1442 automatically. If we turn back to apps menu and if we refresh the page, at the end of scheduling, it will be successful for migration status. And I will turn back to start menu. I will show you app objects menu. This menu includes all your sheets and stories. Sheets are the reports that you create in your apps. For example, in our Sales On app has 4 sheets. You can see all this sheet in app objects menu. Stream will be blank, but app will be Sales On. In your Sales On app, you can see your sheet and its owner, its published, or anything else. There is no publishing on this app. If you want to publish something from here, you have to use your apps menu. I will go to my Sales On app. When I click it, the publish button will be activated, and if I select this, you have to select a stream because this is your My Work folder. If you want to publish something from here, you have to select a folder, maybe everyone, logo and logo en, some of them. I will select everyone. With that way, I published my report with everyone, and I want that its name must be Sales On, and I said OK. Now if I look to everyone folder, I will say I will see my Sales On folder, but from now on I can see it on my own work. If you want to go on this application, on this sheet, on this report, you have to duplicate it, because even if you design it, when you click it from everyone folder, you will see it as base sheets. So when you want to edit it, you will see this message. This sheet has been published and cannot be edited. Click duplicate to create a copy sheet you can edit. If you say duplicate from here, you will duplicate it under the everyone folder, like this, like my sheets, as my sheets. But if you duplicate it from here on the main folder, you can copy it to your own work. My work tab is very important because it's your own report. Nobody, any user cannot see them. You can design and you can develop some report from this menu, and you can publish it from the QMC with everyone or someone. It's your choice. Now I published my sales own folder in everyone's stream, and now I will create a new stream from here, and I will give some authorization from this stream. When you create a stream, you can create a security rule for two. For example, I'm logo admin user, so if I refresh this URL, I can see the training folder. But a few minutes ago, I created Seyda user, and I don't want to give an authentication to this user to see this folder. I want to block this user for this folder. So I will give some. I will create some security rule for this stream. On the top, you can see the actions: creating, reading, updating, deleting, publishing, and changing. I will write a security rule like this: if username equal Seyda, this user can only read this folder. No updating, no deleting, no publishing. If I say apply, and if I log in with this user, I'm seeing training, but reading part is not enough for working on this app. And I will log in with logo admin again. Now I will open my stream and training and edit security rule. I will delete this rule. There is no authorization for Seyda user. Now if I log in with Seyda, Seyda will not see the training folder. There is no training folder on here. And I have any other users like A and like B. I create a security rule for them. To do this, I will create a folder. I will create a stream like A and B. A will see the A folder, B will see the B folder. I will write a security rule for this case. First of all, I have to log in with logo admin user. And I have to refresh my QMC. I will create two streams like A and like B. Sorry. Create new and I will write A. And now I will say read update. I will give all this action. If username equal value A, you can say the other. You can select the other ones like or not like. This will use for not like. And if I say apply, my A user will see A folder, A stream. And I will create another B and username equal B, read, update, delete, publish and change owner. And I will say the start page. Now I will log in with A user. This user cannot see training folder or B folder. This user can only see the A folder. And I will log in with B user. B user can just see the B folder. It cannot see the training folder or A folder. Now I will log in with logo admin again, and I will add some apps to these streams, and I will change the authorization with no creating, no publishing, no deleting, and we will review the behavior of this user. I will duplicate the app in A stream or B stream. Sales on, I will duplicate it as sales on 1.1, and I will publish it in A stream with A sales on. If you want to replace the existing app with any other name, you can use this trick. And I will duplicate is B sales on. And let me look at the report in the hub. A has A sales on, B has B sales on. Now I will change the streams authorization like this. For A, I will say edit, and I will change the security rules. For user conditions, and I will say edit. Read update, I will cancel the publishing and deleting. This user, a user, only can do reading and updating and changing owner, and say apply. And B user and security rules. I will cancel the publishing and I will say apply. Now I will log in with A user and B user and I will control their authorization. For A user, there is a folder. It can read and view this app, and this user can duplicate the app and when it's in open app view, if a user clicked right, this user cannot see the publishing menu on the right click, but a user can see deleting menu. Now I will log in with B user. Edit and duplicate, then app overview. There is no publishing. If I change the authentication with logo admin user, for B folder, I will add the publish and apply. B user can publish his own reports. This is the publish menu. I add a new authentication for it and B user can see the publish menu. Now I will log in with logo admin users and I will try to show the other security rules. When we click the security rules menu, if you want to create a new one, you will see that you can see a security rule for app access, for app object access, data connection access, extension access, reload task access, or stream access, user access. You can create a new one for this template. But I can create a security rule from the stream menu. It is the same. It's not important at this step. It includes same steps for too. For example, a folder, you have to select, create, read, update, delete, or publish, or change owner, and you have to add a condition, and you will see this condition in advanced tab. For example, I will say a, the condition will show me like this. If I say a star, the condition will show me username equal a stars. If you want to add more than one condition, you can use plus button, and you can connect your conditions with AND operator or OR operator. You can add lots of conditions with this way. And in security rules menu, you can see all your security rules. For example, I created one which type is custom for A user, for B user, for logo stream, logo EN stream. You can review these security rules from the security rules menu or from the stream menu. It's not important. If you say edit, you will say like this: stream everyone access at logo like this, or I will create the security rule for access to A. Name is like that. User description is user conditions for stream access, and I can see my users actions from here. In the main page, there is a tasks menu. Tasks is your scheduling actually. Our integration apps, you will see our integration apps because we are creating scheduling for them automatically after the integration step. So you can see them, their name, their type, their status, and their last execution or their next execution. And you can change, you can edit them from this menu, or you can create a new one from here. A few minutes ago, I showed you creating a new scheduling from the apps menu with creating new reload task, but you can do the same process from tasks menu. For example, execute, and I can select my app from here, and I can create a new trigger for them. Repeat after each 1 hour, 20 minutes, and start 15:15, and its status must be enabled to work correctly. You can say it must be infinite, or you can give an end time for this scheduling. If you say OK and apply, this app will work every 15:15 in every day to infinite. And there is extension menu. I showed you the extensions using in the apps, and you can, I said you can download the zip files from branch.click.com. If you download some file from there like this, you can import these files from the extension menu. I will download one to show you. For example, I will sort it by most popular. For example, simple KPI. I will download its zip file here, and I will import this extension from my to my system from the GitHub. In this part you have to select zip file. It's very important. QS simple KPI master. I will say open. If this file has a password, you have to enter it here. I will say import. So you can use this third part component from now on. I want to look at it from my hub screen. In my work menu, I will open the view and I will create a new sheet, edit. This is simple KPI component. It says add measure. I will add some. This KPI component, we can add dimension to this KPI component. I think it's interesting component. Let me try it. And I is wrong choosing. For example, yeah. This is year field. This is interesting KPI component. You can use it like this. This is my 2014's net sales amount and 2013 net sales amount. In the original component, for example, my KPI, as you see, we cannot add the dimension. This is third-party component, so you can add the dimension to here. ClickSense not guaranteed this component, but you can try this. If it doesn't create any problem, you can use it on your projects. For example, our component is that. This is the extension component. And if we have to QMC menu, you will see monitoring apps folder. If you click this one, you will go to hub screen. This is the default stream and default app, license monitor and operations monitor. When you install Logomind inside, it will create automatically. So if you open it, you can see logs for users and logs for your license using. I will open the first one. For example, this app will include allocation change in last 7 days or license usage timeline, users accessing the apps, anything. You can go to another sheet on here. For example, I'm using logo admin users. If I give a parameter with this user, I can see this user's activation on the system. These are my apps that I log in it. If I change my parameter, you can see the login activities by the date, and you can see my log action. And I will show the operations monitor too. This is the 24-hour summary, and you can see CPU using, RAM using, reloading, average reload duration, max concurrent users, errors, or something else. And you can see the performance. There are some parameters here. For example, June 2016. You can see my apps and my reload details. As I said, it's default folder, default stream. You can review these apps in your own installation too. The other menus will be passive in your installation too for Logomite Insight because of our license agreement with Logo and ClickSense. Because, for example, users menu is passive, you have to create your users from our screen. I mean here. You have to use this user's screen, or the license and tokens menu is passive because you will use this allocating button for activating license, or the data connections menu will be passive. You have to create your data connections with integration from the product integration menu on here. These are your connections. If you consolidate some terms and films in the new year, you can edit these connections. For example, in the 2017, you will have a new period for your firms, and when you click your integrations and say details, you have to see the new period on this screen. And if you check the new period, for example, like this, and if you say save, you can consolidate all your periods in your integration menu. And if you update your version, I can offer this. You have to click this update to new version, because we can change the models sometime. We can add new field, we can change the field's title. So if you don't update your models to new version, you can take an error when you run the reports. So it's very important button too. I can say lots of things about Logomite Insight, but we have just one day, as I said, so I cannot explain all the issues with in long time. So if you have some question about all these issues, you can write it on YouTube, or you can write it on the help desk, and we will help you about all these issues. Thank you for listening. Have a nice day.